right. What's up, guys? We've got a lot of new faces on our channel. We figured we'd do a Q&A so you can get to know us a little bit better. So a little Q&A and coffee this morning.
Cheers.
Cheers. Our first question comes from Darcy's Drive Adventures. We met her at Wind River Rally. What a sweetheart. And she asked us how we met.
So we met through yoga teacher training. We both had signed up for the same class and started out where she would bring food and I wanted her food. So I would go over and sit next to her and see if I could snag some of her salad. And then from there we just kind of kept hanging out.
This is true. The way to this man's heart is through food, so that is 100% accurate. We were friends for a while and didn't date until a couple of months after yoga teacher training, but yeah, that was kind of the start of this adventure. I think Jay said that I walked into the classroom and he was like, stay away from her.
I was. When she first came in, I was like, I was currently dating somebody, and when I saw Kenzie, my brain was like, stay away. Mainly, she had tattoos. She was like the kind of girl I usually dated, and I was dating a girl that was like the kind of girl that you're supposed to date, I guess.
Supposed to marry.
Yeah.
That worked out well.
Yeah, no, but it was one of those things, like, over time we became good friends and we kept hanging out, and at a certain point I was like, crap, I have to end this other relationship so that I could actually ask her out.
Yeah, and it all worked out for the better. He lived in a van when I first met him, and I thought that was so sexy. Okay, next question. Mark Luttrell asked if we have AC. We do. You did not see that in the tour because we don't have it when we're on the road. We are actually stationary for the next few months in Colorado working so we can basically fill our gas tank and go on more adventures. So we do have an AC unit. It's just a wall unit, and we have it plugged in to an extension cord that we ran to the barn. So yes, Mark, we have an AC, and it's been amazing. Our Husky loves it.
Yeah, it definitely makes us want to upgrade the batteries so that we can run a mini split full time.
That would be cool. We experienced that in Alyssa's bus, and
it's a game changer as far as quality of life goes. So I think AC will be one of the next big upgrades we do.
Yeah, it's definitely, I'm enjoying this. It's really ghetto, and I never said we would have stuff hanging out of our rig, but we do, and it's way more comfortable this summer. Tony T asked us how much Raptor liner we used on our vehicle.
So Raptor liner is sold in like either 4-bottle or 8-bottle kits generally. We wound up using 2 full 8-bottle kits, and then I think I wound up buying like another 4-pack just to be safe, and we used like 2 of those. So I think in total 10 bottles. Now, personally, I would say 20 would be what I would use if I was doing it again. Some spots are a little thin, but we were on a budget and on a time crunch. It was literally snowing outside. I had to rent a semi-truck paint booth because we tried to do it outside first and the wind was too much. So we were just spraying money into the wind, literally. So
just throwing dollars.
Yeah, we wound up, I got a semi-truck paint booth, rented it out. It was like, I think about 80 to $100 an hour. So we were trying to like get that done quick. And you can't really apply your second coat until the first coat had dried, so I really just went for a very thick first coat. Eventually, though, I will probably put a second one on. So if you have a similar size vehicle, I would say at least go with 15 to 20 bottles.
And Raptor liner's amazing.
It is awesome.
Amazing. The HOP, or Hope Bus, asked us what our favorite meetup was, and our meetup's clicky.
I would say yes, in a way, meetups are clicky, but not really. So, like, I say that because a lot of people come to the meetups and they already know each other. So, for instance, like the last meetup we went to, we knew like 5, 10 different vehicles of people. But it's a very welcoming community. So, while they might be clicky in the sense of like they know each other and there's already groups hanging out, you can pretty much walk up to any group and just be like, hey, I'm so-and-so and this is my rig, and or even there's people who show up like and they're like, I'm thinking of getting into this lifestyle and I just would love to hear your thoughts, and everybody's super welcoming, will show you their rigs. I mean, so I would say yes, there is the fact that it's clicky in the way that people know each other, and certain groups kind of stick to each other,
gravitate,
because that's their humans. But like it's by no means like high school cliquey in the sense of like, oh, you can't go over there. They're not gonna, like, everybody's very accepting. Personally, I think I would tie two events. I loved Gutted, mainly because that is where like we met the Lost Renegades. It's where we met Dee. It's where we met Bunny. We a lot of our like we met Riley there. We met a lot of friends that we still keep in touch with. But I will say the Wind River Rally, hands down, just the coolest event. I mean, music every night and
free whiskey
free whiskey,
tastings.
beer.
Everyone was so nice. Like I gotta say, Wind River Rally was my favorite too.
Yeah, Wind River Rally cost us half of what Gutted did. Was not quite as long, but 100 times more stuff to do. And given like, I get Gutted was surrounding a like
TV show build competition.
reality show. So that was the focus there, whereas Wind River Rally was really about the community, which I loved. But that being said, both were amazing.
I agree. And Gutted will probably be even cooler this year because this is the second year they're doing it. So not sure if we're going this year. We might try to make that happen, but thank you for your questions, Hope. Oh, by the way, our least favorite, and it's probably unpopular opinion, especially because we're in a school bus, we hated Schoolie Palooza. We parked in a bad neighborhood, and that's all I'm going to say about that.
Yeah, I wouldn't say we hated it. It was
I did not like it.
It was not what we expected. It was kind
it.
of a lot closer. Schoolie Palooza, for us at least, where we parked, was a lot closer to going like a Deadhead concert and being next to all the people selling their drugs, so but the thing about Schoolie Palooza, to give it some clarity, is that it is almost like neighborhoods. It's giant and sprawled out, and we just happened to go where people we knew were, and they didn't know about that either, so we just wound up not being in the best neighborhood.
We were in a bad neighborhood. Okay, Nancy asked us a couple questions. Nancy Cooper, thank you. We appreciate you. Favorite place to boondock in Colorado? Currently, it's my mom's farm because we're going to be here for a while working, and it's safe. We don't get a knock, and I can let our dog out the door. He's a husky, so he pretty much always runs away unless he's here at the farm.
So tiny bit of clarity on that. Main reason we're staying still right now is our dog's getting old. He can't make the trips anymore, and we don't want to leave him in case his time's coming. So we're kind of staying still just to be there for him during his last, year or couple months, or we have no idea. He had a real big health scare. We were freaked out. We thought it was game over, and he seems to have recovered, but he is like 14 just about. He's a 100-pound dog. He's starting to get that point where his hips don't work and stuff. So that's number one. As far as for me, boondocking goes, I think my favorite place is Ouray. Like the hot springs out there is one of my favorite. Orvis Hot Springs is amazing. It is clothing optional, so if you're uncomfortable with that, probably not the spot for you.
Or just wear your clothes.
But, yeah, you can be in your clothes, but I'm just saying there are going to be naked people walking about.
Which I think is fun. So, favorite thing about bus life?
Honestly, like I think my favorite thing about bus life, and I think this is like a cliche answer, but it's so true, is the community. I love the community surrounding this. I think second to that is that you learn to appreciate a lot more when you're in a smaller space. Like, we really have learned that we work well together. I don't think most couples would do necessarily well, especially during COVID times, being stuck in small spaces. And it just showed us that,
we're good.
We're good. And the space is super cozy for us. Like, we really are comfortable in here. We prefer to be in here.
We don't really fight. I think Chase got a little mad at me this morning because I kicked the fridge because I slammed my finger.
I didn't get mad at her. I was just like, maybe don't break things.
Babe. I wasn't breaking it. It's fine. It's an ice coat. I can kick it if I want. Let me know if you kick your fridge. My favorite thing about bus life, I love the community, but also the freedom. Just being able to get a little tired. Like, let's pick it up, and shove off, and go find new adventures to enjoy. So that might be my favorite thing. Least favorite thing about bus life, from Nancy.
My least favorite thing about bus life is that it's just not at a point of being fully accepted. So you do have to deal with the fact that certain areas are harder to park in, certain states including the one we're currently in, just have very strict laws here, San Diego stuff, where it's like, I could park my truck on a street here for 2 weeks. Nobody would care. But I parked the bus there, and because we legally have our bus as an RV as we're supposed to, we get in trouble if we're there for more than 24 hours, and no overnight parking anywhere. And some people just look down on the lifestyle when they hear that's what you do. They're like, oh, so you're like a homeless person? And it's like, no.
We're houseless, not homeless, guys.
I like to call it foundationless. But we are very happy in this lifestyle. And in reality, like, we lived in the luxury apartment in like one of the fanciest parts of Colorado before we did this. We chose this. And I know that is not the case for everybody in this lifestyle, but it's definitely, I think, starting to become more known about. Obviously, when I first started this, people thought I was absolutely crazy living in a van. But it's become more, between Instagram and all that sort of stuff, it's become more acceptable. But I think that's the hardest part for me, really.
I'm gonna do this specifically to this time. Gas prices, I think, are my least favorite thing right now. Like, we get 8 miles to the gallon, which is really good for a house, but it's really not good for a vehicle. So gas mileage, I think, is probably the one that I'd be like, it's my least favorite part right now. But thank you for your questions, Nancy. I've got to hop over to the Instagram one. I think I screenshotted them.
Okay.
Yeah, here we go. Cherokee Nomad asks, what the cost of building a small bus? What is the cost of building a small bus? That depends. Depends on what you want to put in there, how much time you want to put into it, and the materials, obviously. Like, they fluctuate a lot between wood prices and things, but we've seen anything from people spending, $100,000 on a bus and getting all the bells and whistles, and that's awesome. But we've also seen people do it for like less than $10,000, and they're just as happy. So it really just depends on what you want to put into it and what you're going to get out of it.
A build like ours cost us about $30,000. But I've also, like, when I built my van, I think I spent about 20, and given had much less kind of, I didn't have plumbing and stuff like that, but I still had the same amount of solar, and still had the bed and storage and
it was a bachelor van.
Yeah, it was definitely
a bachelor van.
But it is very doable, and if you're willing to let go of some of the aesthetic piece and you want to go to like the restore and use old cabinets or old dressers, you can save a lot of money. So it is very doable on most budgets. I've even seen people's builds as low as like $2,500. Mm-hmm. You're talking like Walmart plastic containers and stuff,
which we have.
Which we do. We're not above that. We only have like 2 of them for our closet because I never built that out because we thought it might become a shower. But I've seen people do it. It just depends,
Depends on how much you want to spend and the cost of the vehicle itself, but you can do it on pretty much any budget, Cherokee Nomad. Good question. Was a bus from Wind River Rally is like, I want to know when I want to see you guys again. I'm not 100% sure what our next meetup is going to be. We were either going to go Gutted or Moon Landing. They're the same distance from us, meaning it's the same cost in gas, but we just got to see how much money we can save over the next, 2 months.
We're going to one of them for sure. Honestly, like, after Wind River Rally, I really want to go to Moon Landing.
Love Josiah.
But our, family, like the Renegades and I think Dee and I'm pretty sure Riley and Bunny are all going to Gutted. Mm-hmm. So that pushes us towards Gutted. Alyssa's I don't know. Going. We'll see. Yeah, and Alyssa's going to Gutted. So, all of our kind of family in the bus and van life community are going to Gutted. So we'll probably wind up there. I don't know. I wish we could convince them because, honestly, between the 2 events, as far as organization goes for taking care of us, the Wind River Rally, hands down, blew Gutted out of the water. But Gutted was an awesome
intro to community for us.
Yeah, awesome community. Sure. And the new location is going to be much nicer than the previous location where we were in the middle of a silt desert with a broken road and nobody could leave.
That was fun. If you were there, I survived Gutted 2021. We need to make those t-shirts. So thank you for your question. Was a bus. But if you're in Colorado, bro, hit us up.
Yeah, seriously, anytime,
Anyone's close,
just let us know. We're always happy to try and meet up.
Yeah, let's go have a beer or something. Go do something. Aussie Van Man, another homie that we met at Wind River Rally. Grilled cheese or mac and cheese?
Damn.
I already know my answer.
Go first, I guess.
Grilled cheese. Definitely, because I love bread, and if you get me a grilled cheese, like extra oozy with some sourdough on it, like, oh yeah, that's good stuff. So
That's like hard for me. I want to like dip my grilled cheese in my mac and cheese. I don't know. I actually want. I like grilled cheese with tomato soup. I don't even eat the tomato soup. I just use it as a dipping sauce.
He's a dunker.
But yeah, that's a tough question. I guess I'm gonna go. Well, if she picks grilled cheese, I'll pick mac and cheese, and then we both get to have both at some point because we always eat together, right?
I'm not sharing mine.
Okay.
Well, thanks,
I did a terrible job, but they're too good. It's too good to
That's
answer.
the hardest question for Chase out of all of this.
Yeah.
Ange Mickerson on Instagram asks, how do you guys afford your lifestyle? Not nosy, just envious and counting pennies. Hey, I respect that, and that's totally cool, and that's not nosy at all. Like, we asked people when we first started this, how do you make money?
So the way we started out making money originally is I was doing trades, like trading both stocks and NFT and crypto, which was great. And we were able to take some of our wedding money plus that and kind of make that last.
Yeah,
Unfortunately, no, that's okay. Unfortunately, the markets just are, for any of you in finance, not been great lately. So that is not really an option. I'm not going to trade assets away at a loss.
We're currently affording our lifestyle is I am working at the bar. I opened an eBay shop, and we are getting a small paycheck from YouTube because we hit that threshold finally. So it's small, but it's something, and I'm really proud of that.
It's a start. It's
maybe only a couple dollars on every video, but like that makes me really happy because it means that you guys are enjoying it. And even if this doesn't become our full-time gig, which I really, really want, like I put my heart and soul when I edit in videos. If it doesn't become our full-time gig, we're okay with that. We're creating amazing memories that we can look back on. So you guys are just a part of like our home movies. And you're our family. We're not having kids. I'm going to answer that question right now. No kids here, so you are our little pirate children.
Yeah, we're, able to... I basically right now am hopping around, pulling gigs here and there. Maybe every once in a while, if I can pull off a good trade in the bear market, I do. But, doing a video shoot here, photo shoot there, I make a lot more per hour doing that than I do if I go get a standard job. So we're playing around with it though. Definitely just the idea right now is to squirrel away money because depending on Nico's health, we definitely want to go to the next event and we want to go to Baja again.
Yeah, if we can't swing going to an event in the fall, then we're gonna just save our pennies for Baja, and we'll figure it out. And
I've already decided we're swinging it. So.
Oh, okay. Well,
It's
swing away. Thanks to Ange for the question. Any fun fall destinations from Sarah Kayer? We met her at Gutted. Well, first Gutted.
We are.
Still on the fence if we're going to Gutted or Moon Landing. Either way, we're relatively stationary right now just because gas is so expensive and we want to save our pennies for a big adventure.
Gas and Nico. Nico being our dog. But
he's over there.
Last fall, we went out to Massachusetts and Maine, which was amazing. Given Colorado does have amazing fall, so maybe for fall, if we can, we'll do like an Ouray trip because that's only like 3-4 hours for us. We are still having a minor overheating issue. It's not like bad, but if you've ever been to Ouray, it is like 3 passes to get there, and they are steep. So we got to figure that out before we can do the other one.
Mm-hmm. And Sarah's question that we just answered actually ties into Wabu 66 question. When and where is our next adventure? Same thing as we just said. We're not 100% sure. We're kind of rolling with the punches right now, seeing how Nico does and squirreling away our monies.
Yep.
Michael D. Hart asked, how difficult was it to have the Rhino lining done? We didn't have it done. We did it.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. Honestly, like most paint jobs, taping is the most like arduous part of just continually taping everything off. And once that's done, It's pretty easy. You just stay a significant, like the same amount of distance away, stay consistent with that, and just real even sweeps, and boom, you're painted.
We did it with an air compressor. We weren't about to get like 800 cans to
Yeah,
rattle
no,
and stuff, so air compressor all the way. Dave the Rambling Fox. What color should I decorate my kitchen? Oh, sweet Dave. His kid actually called us on Instagram the other day, and it was the cutest thing ever.
I would go stainless steel and dark colors, personally.
Pink.
No.
No, I don't know, honestly.
Let's be real. Kenzie would pick wood tones.
Yeah, like wood and tchotchkes and all the fun stuff. All right, so those are all the questions from our Instagram, Patreon, and YouTube. Thank you guys for submitting those. We appreciate it. If you did have any questions that we missed, just comment down below. We're really good about answering those. But my question for you, if money weren't an object right now, where would you want to drive the bus?
If money wasn't an object and we could drive the bus anywhere, I would fly the bus to New Zealand, and then we would travel New Zealand, or possibly go out to like Iceland and run around there.
Okay, well, I'm like, I want to do that. I put my money's in for Iceland, the land of fire and ice. That'd be so cool.
Yeah.
That would be so
She
cool.
just popped this whole "we're asking each other a question" on me like 2 seconds ago, so I don't really have one, but I guess outside of the bus. So here's my question: outside of our bus living, if we could travel literally anywhere, money wasn't an object, travel anywhere, where would it be?
Southeast Asia. I think that would be really cool. Rent some mopeds, like go on an adventure like that. I think that would be super sweet. I love the food there, and I don't know, experiencing that culture is something I've never done internationally traveling. Typically go to a lot of Spanish-speaking countries because I can speak Spanish a little bit, not terribly well.
Same.
But I don't know about that. But if I could, okay, I'm gonna change it, because if I could bring Nico, I would love to go to Iceland with Nico and go run around on glaciers and just, I don't know, I think that would be really cool. So if money weren't an object and I could scoop my family up and drop them anywhere, it would be in Iceland, I think. Really.
Sounds like we got 2 Icelands, so that might
that
have
was
to be
where
an
we were-
adventure in the future.
That was where we were going to elope.
That's
but
true.
then COVID destroyed our plans to go international and marry each other. So it was either going to be Iceland, Bali, or New Zealand.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we couldn't do any of those.
Yeah, no travel during our wedding period. But that also pushed us into getting more time traveling, because the money we would have spent there instead got to be spread out to us traveling across the country.
We took a year-long honeymoon, which I am so appreciative
Yeah.
for. That was the greatest first year of bus life ever, because yeah, we passed our year-long threshold of doing bus life just a little bit ago. So I think that was so worth it, and it was really cool. There's so many beautiful places to see in this country, and we got to go to Baja, which was my favorite place.
True.
Favorite place.
Well, I think that answers all the questions. It answers each other's questions. For those of you who are new, thank you for joining us. For those of you who've been with us, thank you for sticking with us. Yeah. We plan on having a lot of fun content coming up, and we appreciate you being here. It's been awesome to start building this community, and we're just always blown away how many of you reach out, and yeah, it's just really heartwarming, so thank you.
Yeah, we appreciate you guys quite a bit. I just remembered one question we got asked in the video. Josh Hall asked, how do I sign up for Patreon? We're just Bus Life Pirates on Patreon, so if you want to go, we've got 3 different tiers. Yeah, check it out. Check it out if you want to, but I gotta go get ready for a girls' day, which you guys will see next week.
Yeah, the girls get to go out and have fun, and I'm gonna kick it, so we'll see you guys later.
Pirates out!